Someone's having a bloody good time. Right, good morning, back here again. Right, now this is going to be the last weekend that we're here. For definite, 100% not coming back for another day. But it's going to be a 3-day weekend. So the plan is get rid of all of this wood, book it all to length in the pile here, book these logs to length as well, and then start my way through the splitting. Now, managed to strike a deal with a guy who came down here and had a look the other weekend. He was actually going to sell us another splitter exactly the same as the one we've got for $500 and a few cubes of wood, which is a sweet as deal. We're happy with that, he's happy with that, so we're going to go and take him up on that offer today. So what I need to do is get 2.5 cubes into the big trailer. I've got cash in the wallet already, and I'll go and deliver that this afternoon. But before I deliver that, I want to get all of this stuff booked and all of the split stuff just on the floor. Once I've got 2.5 cubes, the wood's going on the floor ready for pickup tomorrow. Now all the crappy stuff, the ugly wood as we call it, I've actually got a buyer for 5 cubes of that as well, which is awesome. So the plan will be tomorrow I come back and pick up 5 cubes and take that and deliver it. Nathan comes with me on Monday, and on Monday we load all the equipment into the trailers, and any wood that's left here, we load all that as well. As I'm going through the maths in my head, I feel we may be coming back another weekend just to pick up wood, or like one more trip. But anyway, let's see how we go. Oh, for God's sakes, Billy. We may be back just for one more trip to pick up firewood, but let's see how we go. I've got a truck booked for Monday, and everything's looking good so far. Right, let's get the excavator fired up, get the chainsaws going and get this stuff booked up, and then we'll do a bit of a reassessment. Let's get into it. Contact. Okay, let's get this stuff fired up and get into it. Right, let's get the chainsaws out, got the excavator over, got the first grab of logs. Time to get a little bit of chainsaw action going on. Right, it is now 9 o'clock. I've cut through my first couple of logs. We're going to crack on with this. I think 2 hours will see me through all of these logs. But I've been wrong before. I'm pretty certain I'm going to be wrong again. Anyway, I'm going to crack into these and bring you along for that little cutting journey. Right, well, we're halfway through that wood, or more than halfway I'd say, and we've got a nice jag around here to work our way through. Making progress, one log grab load at a time. Right, let's keep going. Well, it's just typical, isn't it? I'm actually driving in the excavator, grabbing some logs and thinking, I'll have to grab the camera soon because we're not far off picking the last few logs, and I want to video, you know, the last logs that get cut from here. In fact, we might leave this big chunky one to be the last one. Spun the cab around. Wah, wah. We have a bit of a problem. So the door came off again. Now let me tell you, this is my fault, and it's because I've had the door coming loose for a little while and I've done sort of nothing about it. I've just temporarily fixed it and never done a good job. When it's in its back position, that is, I can't remember how that's positioned now, but like that. That's supposed to grab the catch, but it doesn't. It, you know, the bolts had pulled out, it's swinging down there, so the door never stuck in the open position. And it was just sliding backwards and forwards as I spun the cab as I moved around. So we've got the job now of trying to get this back in here, and let me tell you, I've done it once before. It is a bitch of a job, it really is. But I've got to do it because I don't have a lot of other choices, to be honest. If I remember right, I pulled these out and managed to get the door all the way that way and slid it in from there from memory. Now, I'm not going to do a bloody how to put a door back on an excavator because this is going to be painful, so I'll bring you guys back in possibly an hour for me and 3, 2, 1 for you. Well, that's one way of fixing the problem. By removing the problem. Yep, there it is. I messed around for ages trying to get it to go back on and realised I just simply don't have the time to be messing around with this right now. I've got an awful lot to do. Not much time left, so I've taken the door off. I'll leave it there. I'll put that in the back of my ute when I head back to the land, and we'll transport this without a door in it. That's fine. Possibly better if I don't do a good repair anyway, to have it removed and then less chance of it falling off. Right, time for some more chainsaw action. Right, well, I didn't just grab one log as the last logs to be cut. I've got 3 at once and they're all nice logs. So we'll get these into position and then these will be chopped up ceremoniously. Just try and get them a little bit more even. Right, let's get the chainsaw going and have some fun. Right, we've got 3 really nice logs here. And yeah, it's nice to finish on some really good ones. So let's get the chainsaw going and we'll bring you guys along for every cut. Only joking. Geez, that'd have been a nightmare, wouldn't it? After 6 weeks of solid cutting, the camera falls over when I'm about to show you the last 3 logs. Luckily I spotted it, picked it back up, and let's get back into it.
Absolutely beautiful. Cracking and checking because how dry it is. Absolutely solid. Right, well here we are, the very last cut with the chainsaw. We'll go through all of these three. There's still a fair bit of wood over there, it's going to go through the swing saw, but this is the last bit of chainsaw work that I plan on doing. Oh, hallelujah. That's about 200 cubes of wood. I think, yeah, roughly 200 cubes of wood that we've produced. There's a lot here on the floor, and of course it's all got to get split. Right, you ready for the final cut? I am so ready for the final cut.
Right, and then as you can see, that is some seriously nice wood. Very, very happy with that. Nice to finish strong. Right, and then as you can see, there is a lot of wood here. Did good, booking all that. Really, really happy with what I managed to achieve. Right, so I am now going to take a little break, get a drink, and I've had a sandwich. Let's have a check of the time out, shall we, and see how long it took me. Check the watch or check the phone. Who has a watch nowadays, eh? Yeah, I just checked the phone and it's 11:30, so half an hour later than I thought it would be. But I suppose I did have the door to deal with, which took at least 20 minutes. Right, let's get my break and then get back into it. everything except a couple of logs there that need to go through the chainsaw is done. I'm going to have a break again because that has been a physical few hours of work, and I am certainly feeling it. The arms are aching. Yeah, a lot of chainsaw work done, a lot of big logs moved and a lot of bucked logs moved as well. Some of them pretty heavy, good bit of weight behind them. Some nice chunky logs which we've moved, which has been awesome, but these arms, the boy oh boy, they're aching now. So I'm going to go have a good break, good half an hour break, and then yeah, we'll get back in and do a little bit of splitting. Catch you soon. Right, let's get to work. Generous 2.5 cubes in there, he's going to be happy. So 2 cubes is up to the water line there. So as you can see, we've got that all the way, and then yeah, we're closer to 3 cubes there, but what the heck. Right, let's go see a man about a splitter, and we'll bring you guys back tomorrow when I will work through all of this. It feels like the never-ending pile of rounds. Made good progress through here today, but holy cow, if that was 2.5 cubes, there's another 2.5 here, 5, yeah, 5 to 7. Anyway, we'll get as much split tomorrow as I can. Back with an empty trailer, that'll be empty when I bring it back, and then we'll be loading up with 5 cubes of ugly wood. But that's tomorrow. I've got today to finish first. Right, catch you later on the rural project. All right, well, the deal's been done. I don't know if I've showed you the shed before ever with the lights in. Somehow we've got I think it's a swallow that's got into the shed. See if we can give him time to get out in the morning. Otherwise we'll have a dead swallow when I come back next time. Yeah, I reckon there's a gap where he's got him because I didn't have the door open for long today. Anyway, yeah, this is the shed with lights. And this is a little toy that we got. So I think it's a bloody great deal. We did 2.5 cubes of wood, $500 cash. That is a $2,500 splitter when it's brand new. And I'm telling you, this thing has not been used much. I checked the rack. There's hardly, it doesn't even look like it's been used. The engine looks absolutely spotless. What the owner said he'd done is, yeah, he said he'd bought it, assembled it, used it a couple of times and realised it was way too fast for him. He's in his 70s, and he said, and I've just left it outside since then with a cover over it. Hence, I think a lot of the rust that's happened. Even to the point where, like, one of the wheels had actually sort of seized up slightly. But listen, the engine pulls over, it runs absolutely fine. It sounds great. It just needs a bit of an oil, a bit of a love, possibly an oil change, and that'll do us nicely. So that ends a bloody great day, a bloody busy day. What I'm going to do now, I've got the fire going. I've had my pizza. Oh, you shut up! Shush. I've got the fire going. Had my pizza. Just going to grab a beer and then head off to bed because tomorrow morning, up with the crack of dawn. You doing magic tricks? Really? Oh, crikey. What happened to your magic trick? Oh, you begging. What are you begging for? Begging for forgiveness because you was a pain in the butt today. You were a pain in the bum. Are you? Yeah, love your dad, don't you? Hey? Alright, what fun are we going to have tomorrow, Bailey? More of the same? Yeah. Alright, I think we'll give you a little bit more dinner. And then beddy buys. Dinner time.